Hello everyone, welcome to Chalo Seekhte Hai. In today's video, our topic is deflection. Let us learn deflection with an example. In this position, the black bishop on f5 is defending the rook on c2. So white played bishop g4, attacking the f5 bishop but also pinning the f5 bishop to the c8 king, so that now white is also attacking the rook at the same time. If now black plays rook into c1, capturing the rook, white will play bishop to f5 with check. The king would have to move and white will recapture the rook with rook to c1, gaining a bishop. If black plays bishop to g4, capturing the bishop, then white will capture the rook on c2 and white will be up in material. Now let's see another example. In this position, the queen on f4 and the rook on f1 both are eyeing the pawn on f7. If the knight moves, the f7 pawn will come under attack. The f7 pawn is only defended by the e6 bishop. So if white can deflect the bishop and move the knight at the same time, white will be able to deliver checkmate by playing queen f7. Can you find a way to do so? I will give you a few seconds if you want to pause the video. The correct move is knight to d7, forking the king and the queen. Black loses the queen. If black captures the knight by playing bishop into d7, white will checkmate the king by playing queen f7 checkmate. The next position is for you to solve. It is white to play. Can you find a way to win material by deflection? I will give you a few seconds if you want to pause the video. The white rook on a8 is attacking the black rook on a7. The rook on a7 is defended by the rook on f7. So, if white can deflect the rook on f7, white will be able to capture the rook on a7. White deflects the f7 rook by playing rook into f8 check. White captures the bishop and checks the king. Black is forced to capture the f8 rook by playing rook to f7. If it does not capture and plays king g7, white will simply move the rook away and he will be a bishop up. After black captures the f8 rook by playing rook into f8, white captures the a7 rook by playing rook a7. Now let's come to our final example. This is a little tougher than the previous positions. In this position, it is white to play. Can you find the move to checkmate black? I will give you a few seconds if you want to pause the video. In this position, white cannot capture the rook on f7 because the queen is attacking b2 and black would be able to play queen to b2 checkmate. So, if white can deflect the queen, then he will be able to capture the rook on f7. Also, if there was no bishop on e7, then white would have been able to play bishop to g7 check. If rook captures on g7, white will play rook f8 check, rook g8 and queen g8 checkmate. And if black plays king g8 after bishop g7 check, white will be able to play bishop e5 check, king f8, queen g7 check, king e8, and white plays queen f7 checkmate. So white plays rook to d8 check. Now black can either capture the d8 rook with queen d8 or bishop d8. If black plays queen d8, white will play rook f7 and black will easily be checkmated on the g7 square. If black plays queen g8, white will play bishop to g7 check, queen g7 checkmate. And if black plays bishop to f8, then white will simply capture rook to f8 and mate on g7 is inevitable. And if black captures the rook with bishop to d8, then white will play bishop g7 check. If rook g7, then rook f8 check, rook g8, queen g8 checkmate. And if king g8, then bishop e5 check, king f8, queen g7 check. The rook cannot capture the queen as the rook is pinned, king e8, and queen f7 checkmate. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you learned something from the video, then hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we make educational chess videos like this daily. Also, turn on the notification so that you don't miss out our latest videos. And I will see you soon in my next videos.